All right, good morning. I'm going to sketch my sketchbook this morning, and I'm so happy you've joined me. Get my fountain pen here set up. All right, so I'm going to do my little sketching as I often do in these videos together, and will throughout, all through our future videos, all the time I hope we spend together. But today I want to talk about mindset a little bit. So I got to fill up my fountain pen, my lovely friend here that I've had for so long. I want to talk about kind of mindset. Because I mean, we're all trying to get better in this art business. We're just beginning, or we've been doing it for 40, 50 years. And it's never enough, no matter how hard we practice, how good others might say we are, how good our mothers always tell us we are. It's not good enough for us. And that, in a way, is as it should be. You know, it's not, in my mind, it's not about the destination to become the master artist. I don't believe that ever happens. And if it does happen, it's certainly not for us to judge that. It's for some 100 years in the future, maybe, and let other people figure out that. So all we do is we do the best we can, and we try and get as good as we can. And hopefully we have some fun in the process. So for me, it's about the journey. It's about process and not result. The result I can't control. I might get run over by a snowplow tomorrow. It's snowing right now in Bozeman here as I'm sketching. Or I might live till I'm 126. Who knows? But I can't control anything but the moment right now. And although my life isn't perfect, and probably never will be perfect, I'm going to try and think of this moment as perfect. This moment as being exactly as it should be. And not that I'm going to end up creating the best drawing I've ever drawn. Now, I hope I do. I intend to. I'm going to work towards that, but I can't control that result. But I can control the fact that I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have fun drawing. I'm going to have fun talking to you all about drawing. That I can control. And so from that standpoint, this moment right here is absolutely perfect. It's the best it can possibly be, and I'm immensely grateful for that fact, that truth, and this opportunity to get to draw. Of all the times in history, in all the places in the world, I'm privileged to get to draw exactly what I want, exactly how I want, despite all of my limitations, all of life's distractions, and all of the other stuff that happens to be going on in the world at the moment as we record this. For that, I'm grateful. And I'm going to take it as a sign that because I love this so much, and because every time I sit down to the easel, let me try that again, sit down at the drawing board or stand up at the easel, it fills me with great joy. And so I take that to mean that part of my purpose in life is to do art. And so I get to attempt, at least, to bring a little bit of beauty into my life when sometimes life isn't as beautiful as we might want, and a little bit of beauty into the world as a gift to others. And likewise with my teaching, by teaching you all, talking to you all about art, I become, and have over the many years I've been doing this, I become a much better artist in my own work. For that, I am immensely grateful for. So it's about the process. And it's about appreciating the opportunity to partake in this process. And so as I sit down here, I'm going to try and remember that there's nothing more important in the world right now than what I'm doing, for all sorts of reasons. But really, most of all, in the moment, there's nothing more important because it's just so fulfilling. Now, as I draw this, I'm not liking the drawing very much. It's not my best drawing, damn it. But I'm going to remind myself, rather than saying, doggone it, I screwed up again. I'll never be who I want to be. Rather than beat myself up about it, I'm going to take a deep breath and remember that gratitude, all the things that are good about this, not the one or two things, that eyeball or that nose, that way too big nose or whatever it is. I'm going to remember the good things about it. And I'm also going to remember and realize that our brain works in a strange way. It does not work well at all when it's stressed out, when it's afraid, when it's anxious, angry, self-recriminating. It's not designed to work well that way. And so if I get upset about this, it's only going to get worse. And then I'm going to get more upset. And then it's going to get worse. So our brain cannot be creative. It can't come up with new possibilities. It cannot recognize interesting, creative patterns when it's upset. And so, rather than going from bad to worse, I'm going to try and say, I'm letting myself off the hook. It's okay, whatever happens here in this sketch, it's absolutely okay. I'm spending time with my friends. I'm spending time with my material friends. I'm getting to do art, and whether this turned out as a masterpiece or not, I'm closer to a masterpiece in the future by having done what I did here. I did the best I could. I learned something, or I took risks and tried out something that maybe didn't work. That's all good stuff. Fantastic. The other way I'll look at it is, if that strategy of positive thinking doesn't work at it, I'll look at it through, rather than kind of tricking myself into relaxing the brain so it can perform better, kind of a self-help kind of thing, I'll do it a different way. I'll go towards compassion. And I'll say, well, if this weren't me drawing, if this were my little girl drawing, one of my little girls drawing, I would come over and I wouldn't say, you screwed up that nose, sweetheart. You are a terrible, terrible artist. Maybe you should do something else. I'd never do that. I would say, oh, God, I'm so excited that you're drawing. Oh, look at how beautiful those marks are, and the energy and the colors you chose. And I can see the sheer joy on your face as you're doing this. This is really great. I love to see you draw, and I love to have fun with that. And I would encourage that child to do the activity, to play. Children should play, and children are masters at playing. And at the best of the times, until we talk them out of it, or they grow out of it, or school kind of knocks it out of them with subtle and not so subtle peer pressure, they're masters of joy and play. And that is to be cultivated and encouraged. And so I'll say, play away, sweetheart. Just have fun. Dad loves to watch you do it. In fact, I want to sit down and draw too, I think. That'd be fun. Maybe we'll color a coloring book together or something like that. and I'll encourage them. So what I want you to do then, out of compassion for your child, now it's going to be your inner child. You're going to think of your own creativity as your sweet, dear child, and you're going to encourage that child, that inner child, to play. And believe me, that's not too far from the truth. The fact is, we all have this incredibly creative spirit, this wonderful, playful child inside of us. And unfortunately, through the vagaries of life, I guess, situations, school, home, peers, whatever it is, internet, we're taught way too quickly that we shouldn't be playing, we should be working, and we shouldn't be children, we should be adults. And we aren't very special at all. And art is something for special people, for those few gifted people that get written up in history and analyzed by experts. And it's hard, difficult, mind-stretching work that you have to be of a certain temperament, not only, and a certain level of intelligence, not only to be able to do, but to even be able to appreciate. And I think that's a disservice. Makes me sad when I hear that. We are the most creative species on this planet. We've literally reshaped the planet. And with all sorts of technologies of philosophy and religion and self-help, we can reshape ourselves. We can lose 80 pounds. We can go from dead broke in debt to a billionaire. We can go from someone who's been told they're not at all a creative being to creating masterpieces that change and emotionally affect the world, like a Grandma Moses or a Vincent van Gogh. And so I'm going to work very hard, compassionately so, to love and reinforce the playfulness of my inner child. And I would encourage you all to do exactly the same thing. And that is our lesson for today. I wish you all the best that the day can offer, and I'll see you next time.